Hey guys, today I want to discuss my 2026 WWE predictions. My first prediction will be Braun Breaker will win his first world championship in 2026. I mean, at this rate he's going, he might win it on the first Monday of 2026, or at least the first Raw of 2026. But I think he should be champion at least somewhere from SummerSlam or maybe even sooner than SummerSlam. But I think at the very least by SummerSlam he will be a world champion, if not winning at SummerSlam. In 2026, I believe John Cena will continue the trend of not being able to see him. As in 2026, I don't think we see John Cena. I mean, it kind of figures the guy that says you can't see me, we can't see him. In 2026, you won't see him. I mean, I think in 2027 he's probably inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, but in 2026, John Cena will continue to be unseeable. Dominic Mysterio. I think he's a perfect heel and the perfect character. I mean, that briefcase is supposed to be going to characters just like his, and it will be a golden opportunity to elevate him to that main event level. I think that's what we need to see him at this year. He needs to be moved up to that elevated to the main event level because he's been in this mid card and has the IC title and all this stuff, but he needs to be moved up to the world championship status ASAP. Another prediction I got with Dom, or involving Dom at least, is the breakup of the Judgment Day. Don't see the Judgment Day lasting much, or at least past this 2026 year. I think they need to split them up. At least just get some new faces in there. Finn and Dom need to have that breakup already. I think I've been waiting for Finn and Dom to break up for a while. It seems like it was gonna happen at WrestleMania 41. It didn't, but I think it needs to happen as soon as possible. And I think if with Dom getting kicked out, more than likely Liv would be out of the group if they were to keep the group around. But then another thing I hope for if they do that with Liv and Dom splitting up is have Dom and Liv go for the AAA mixed couples belts. I think that would be a perfect representation of those two. I think the king and queen ringers of 2026 will be the queen of the ring will be Alexa Bliss. I think she will probably win it after beating Charlotte Flair in the final. And I think she will meet Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam and defeat her for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship or Undisputed, whichever one. And then I think the king of the ring will be LA Knight winning it and going on to SummerSlam. Hopefully, it's not Cody. Not that I'm a Cody hater. I just think we've seen enough Cody as the champion, and I'm hoping he won't be champion or Roman Reigns. We don't need either of them to need that championship right now. So that's my prediction though for the King and Queen of the Ring. I have one of the boldest predictions in 2026, and that will be that Bailey's last year will be 2026 in the WWE. I think she does not resign with WWE. The end of 2026 is in that is I think when her contract is up at the end of this year or the end of 2026, and I think she leaves to go to AEW and reunite her rivalry or rekindle her rivalry with Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks. I think AJ Styles' final career match, not even in WWE, will not even take place in WWE, as it will take place in an AEW ring, or maybe not even an AEW ring, but it won't be a WWE ring. And I think it will be against Billy Goat, Will Ospreay. I think the AJ should compete against Will Ospreay at least in retirement run, even if it isn't his last match. But I think Will Ospreay would be the perfect opponent for him to retire against. And a dream match I would love to see. Hell, I hope it actually happens in a TNA ring. It would be a perfect send off for AJ. And with 2026 looking like the retirement year, with I think Jericho supposedly supposed to get a retirement run with WWE, AJ already announcing it's his last year. I think Brock Lesnar will have his final match in WWE at SummerSlam against none other. the Ring General, Gunther. I think it makes sense for Gunther to be his last opponent, and I think it just would fulfill a dream match that we all need to see. To me, I think we've all had enough of waiting for this man to show up, but I think the rated R superstar needs a return to WWE in 2026. I have no idea when his contract with AEW will be up. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be up at the end of last year, but I think he needs to come back to WWE for one final run. I think he's had his fun in AEW. I think he's done his thing there. I mean, I don't. I mean, I could see him staying in AEW for the rest of his career, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, and I wouldn't mind it because I'm a pretty big advocate for AEW. But I think it's time we get rid of Adam Copeland and we get to see the rated R superstar Edge. Because I think the WWE fans need Edge. I think Edge sort of needs the WWE. Not as much as I thought he would have when he went to AEW. But I think it'll be nice to see Edge in a WWE ring once again. At least let him go out one more time. Maybe fight Christian one last time in AEW. Come back to WWE. Maybe Christian comes back. Maybe we run the Hardys versus Edge and Christian to finish it off for all those men's careers. And I, as a Jeff Hardy lover and supporter, would be a big fan of watching the Hardys go out facing Edge and Christian. A thing that I think should happen in 2026, and I think will happen in 2026, is Randy Orton facing Cody Rhodes sometime around SummerSlam. I feel like, as I think Randy probably turns heel sometime soon. Hell, he can turn heel on the first episode of SmackDown to start the year. But I think we need Randy to turn heel. We've been waiting for it. I mean, what did he? He's been like, I think he's been looking at Cody's belt forever. He's at these stairs. He looks like he's just wearing it down. And I think the Randy Orton heel turn is just bound to happen sometime. And I think it'll be perfect for him to face Cody Rhodes. And I think when they do pull the trigger, the first match more than likely would be at SummerSlam. That's just my prediction though. In 2026, Javon Evans should be a singles champion some point during the year. Whether it's I don't know who he's gonna go to. It seems like he might go to Raw or SmackDown. I think that might be a good fit, especially in that US title picture. But either way, whichever brand signs him, he needs to become the single champion ASAP. I mean, I think it wouldn't be the worst thing for him to stay in NXT. I've seen some people saying he should stay in NXT for at least a little bit, but I think he'll make the jump to the main roster soon. Maybe around the midpoint of the year. Probably, I bet his one of his first appearances in the main roster would probably be the Money in the Bank because I mean he is bouncy, right? That's what he says. He's bouncy, so I think he should be in the Money in the Bank more than likely. I think that'll be a great addition for the Money in the Bank, and it'll be fun to see him in the Money in the Bank. But yeah, Javon Evans, singles champion on the main roster sometime in 2026. One final prediction and one match that I pray we get to see since this is AJ Styles' final match is please, 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 if anyone significant is listening, please, please, please give us AJ Styles versus CM Punk sometime in AJ's retirement tour because I need to see these two go one last time, renew the rivalry, bring everything into the fact, show Ring of Honor clips. I don't care. AJ Styles, CM Punk, two of the biggest stars, I guess, to make it off the indies. Two phenomenal talents. Now let's get it in 2026 before AJ retires because this is what the fans need, I feel like, right? AJ versus CM Punk, CM Punk versus AJ. Hopefully, if everything went right in a perfect world, we would get AJ versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 42. But I don't think we live in that perfect world. But if we do live, we do live in the realistic world. AJ versus CM Punk should be a main priority for Hunter Hearst Helmsley and co to figure out how to get this match, and don't do it on some BS Saudi show like they did with Punk versus Cena, or what they did with or Cena versus AJ. I want a perfect build. I want everything thrown into it. Because you cannot waste Punk versus AJ. Please, 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 2026, give me AJ versus CM Punk.